Today is a very special day.
This is what it looked like right before you fall. Stumbling around, you've been guessing your direction, except you can't see it.
Conscious.
What is going on, Dank fam? It's your boy Mike Diesel. Today we're back in the shop and I got another project for you guys. Last video I was doing a shop tour of this place, so if you guys haven't seen that, feel free to click in the previous video. It's basically stealth van tour and it goes through my living setup as well as this nice little studio that I built / shop to work on the bikes. Today is a very special day though. If you guys aren't familiar, the most special bike that I own is Betty White, my 0304 ZX6R. So almost 3 years ago I went ahead and bought a 0304 ZX6R that was bone stock. It had white fairings and I originally called it Betty White, and then since then I went ahead and stunted it out, and it's been the main staple of my channel as far as getting me from the bottom all the way up to here. You guys might have noticed that I've been riding the 2021 a ton lately. The 0304 is an amazing bike if you guys are beginner riders, just for the simple fact that 0304s are a lot more cheaper when it comes to setting them up, simplistic and easier to ride and learn on, versus a 13 plus, which I feel like has a higher balance point and also just takes a lot more money. But 0304 would be a great bet, or if you guys can get your hands on an F4i, those two I really recommend. So today what we're doing is trying out this set of fairings that Monster Fairings went ahead and sent over. It's just basically a free set that they wanted me to try out, and I wanted to mount them up on Betty. But the catch is I have this disgusting black set of fairings here. We're going to take apart this fairing kit, and then we're going to go ahead and use all the scrap bolts and the headlight to assemble this new Monster fairing kit that they went ahead and sent us. So I don't know what to expect with the Monster fairings. They look promising. As you guys can see, I kind of ripped it open and just peeped the side, but so far it looks pretty solid. And the best part about this is this bike originally started out white. Ever since then I really haven't had it white. It's been gold and black more than anything. So being named Betty White, you guys always give me crap about it not even having a single drop of white on it. So we're doing this white fairing kit basically to show you guys what all involves taking apart a new fairing kit and putting a new one back together. Get into it, people, and I hope you guys enjoy the vlog. Drop a like if you guys want to see some more shop content. It really helps creators kind of figure out what exactly their audience likes the most. Other than that, people, let's get to it. Betty White is looking a little rough right now, not even gonna lie. You guys can see the cage is taken off, the gas tank's not even bolted down, the seats aren't bolted down. She doesn't even have brake lines. Since I went ahead and built this bike, Betty White needs a little vacation, so that's what we're doing. Taking apart some stuff. Originally, the reason I stopped riding Betty is just out of the blue. I was popping up wheelies in the lot one night and it was just gushing out oil. So I took off the breather filter, and I'm not exactly sure what it is just yet. But for now, rather than fixing the mechanical problems, just make it look good cosmetically. That's really what matters. The key ingredient with this whole entire operation is this Dick's fairing stay right here. It allows me to have the 0304 gauge cluster with the 2021 fairing kit. The only weird part I'm going to have is probably right around the gas tank area with these side fairings right here. See how they kind of clip into the tail. Since the 0304 has got a big old booty, you can't fit the tail fairings of the new gens on there unless you get a new subframe, but we're not doing all that. So if you guys are going to do this, make sure that you take your cage off first. That way you're not working around it, which I did. But if you don't take your cage off first, you can expect some nice holes like this. They're pretty nice. Don't recommend this though, it looks like crap. So yeah, we have this fairing kit that was just a terrible butcher of a job, not really caring, trying to get this set up. And then we have just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff that might come in handy. So between all this, we should be able to have a really nice set of fairings to go on Betty White. Alrighty guys, first step on the chopping block is to go ahead and strip all the bolts out of these fairings. So we're going to put all the bolts in this metal pan that we can strip off this fairing kit, and hopefully have enough to go ahead and assemble these fairings without using a secret stash. And then once we have everything extracted, we'll have just a pile of fairings and we'll start ripping into this box to build the new fairing set. Shout out to the Rack. He's a killer cameraman, steadiest shot in the game. I got posters too, Dankwheelie.com. You guys look, there's not really much holding these things in. There's usually a mounting point right here, a mounting point up here, one here and one here, and then you also have the mirror block off. But a lot of this stuff's not connected, so it should be pretty easy. So taking those fairings apart, we got all the nuts, screws, and way more zip ties than I expected. Needless to say, my game plan to take apart this fairing set to get all the bolts that I needed didn't really work out as well as I expected, but that's part of the challenge. Since my new fairing set's not going to use any zip ties, that means I have to replace all these zip ties with bolts. Alrighty people, exciting time. Got the little tail piece as a tail fairing, another top side fairing, front fender, tail fairing side, the little black accent pieces, another ram air. Nice, man. These are the innards that cover your radiator area. Another lower fairing, gas tank trim. Looks like a cover for the rear seat. Heck yeah. I'm actually gonna put this on the new build since I got some white parts on it. Little Moto GP style cover. It's like a pearl white color scheme. This stuff right here looks like it might be trash, but it's actually heat wrapping for like the inner lowers that are near the exhaust, as well as the side fairings. So you can take your old fairings and look and see where they have heat wrap applied and just kind of mimic that with the new fairing set with this amount that they gave you. They didn't even skimp, and they gave me a windscreen, it looks like, too. Super nice. So we got a black windscreen, actually looks like a double bubble. I'm gonna put this one on the orange bike too. Not only is Betty getting some goodies today, the orange bike's getting hooked up today too. It's like we got some rubber grommets. They got some wrap already on there. Let's start building some fairings. Alrighty people, we got the fairings unwrapped and out of the box. I'm dumb excited. So this mess right here is about to be assembled, and it'll look like this set right here. The perk with these bikes is that you can go ahead and take this set and just slide it right on top of here, and it takes no time at all to mount up the bolts up front and then the side bolts as well. Extra stuff, we got the tank fairings right here, tail fairings that won't fit, we have a windscreen that I don't need, and also this sweet racing tail that I'm gonna go ahead and put on the orange bike. Even though Betty's not running just yet, I might have to steal the calipers and the front brake master off it so I can go ahead and ride the orange bike while Betty still gets some love. I sold the brake lines to my buddy DeAndre, that way he can get his bike running and start riding. Also, I just felt like it was time for some new brake lines, so I haven't ordered some just yet, but I'm thinking maybe lime green or something, since there's going to be some green accents in these fairings. Out with the gold. I don't really want any more gold parts on here. I think the gold frames is just all we need. Drop a comment, what brake lines should we get for Betty? We're gonna make her look good. Let's get to it, people. Welcome Betty. Can you go ahead and state your age and where you're from? Welcome back to Cowie's Gone Wild. Alrighty people, we got the fairing kit assembled. After getting it all set up, it looks really good, people. Two main things when you're buying an aftermarket fairing kit that you're a little worried about is the fitment. All these very intricate pieces aligning and clicking into place, because a lot of these fairings, even though this one's on top of the bottom one, some things pop in between, in and out. So with all that being said, I didn't have the rubber grommets for right here, so it's a little loose. That's not the fairing company's fault, it's just rubber grommets I didn't have, but instead I used a breather tube to go ahead and keep the little tabs in place. Way less zip ties with this fairing kit than the last one that I took apart, since all the fairings obviously have their tabs and whatnot still. But the headlights are in there. So as far as headlights go, I can use these headlights on my 0304. All I have to do is just splice them in like I have this really crappily done right now. But since I have actual tools now, I could probably do a way cleaner job. But yes, these lights will work. I'm too excited to wait any longer. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on the side and get Betty White on the lift. Finally see her new look. Hopefully. Hopefully, that's always the hope. Pretty simple. We're just going to slide the fairings on, use these holes for now to mount it up, let it sag, and then we'll slowly start to button up the sides and everything else. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the color turned out. This is the aftermarket fairings, and then this is the actual OEM gas tank paint. It's also plastic and that's metal, so really good color match for being an aftermarket brand. I'm happy with that part. Alrighty people, here she is, introducing the new Betty White, people. Still got a lot of work to do on this bike, but like I said, we're gonna make her look good for now. A huge shout out to Monster Fairings. I must say I'm really impressed with everything on these. There is some imperfection here and there that I saw, but overall the way that they mounted up, the way that they fit, thoroughly impressed with that aspect. Like I showed you guys, the color is relatively similar to OEM color. I don't have any OEM pearl white plastics on here to really compare, but I believe it's pretty similar as far as the color matching and stuff like that. Headlights will be working. I just got the plug right down here. Gonna go ahead and allow me to use it. We got these fairing innards. This is where the gas tank trim usually goes, but I don't think I'm gonna be rocking that. What do you guys think of it so far? Think I should rock a tail or just keep it naked? I love the look of it right now, just like super buttoned up front and then party in the back. And the main key ingredient once again is this Dick's fairing stay. It allows me to rock the 0304 cluster, which I went ahead and fitted in there. It looks great. As an added bonus, the 0304 cluster is actually smaller than the 19 through 21, so you don't have to trim these tabs. One thing I was really hype about is this back one. This is like one of the main mounting points. It actually lines right up with it, and it's kind of crazy because this is an 0304 frame and it lines up to 20 plastic, no problem at all. Like I said, the main part that sucks about these is getting all the fairings pieced together and making a kit, but as far as putting them on the bike and mounting them up, that's super easy. I think Cowie's done a really good job with it. There really isn't any downside. It looks like next update I'm gonna have to cut a little notch in here for this side to install the cage, but hopefully we get lucky and we can just slide the crossbar here through that hole, and then the other part mounts right back here. So if we're lucky, we only got to drill one hole for the cage mount, but other than that we should be solid. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the video, guys. Figured it'd be a cool little behind the scenes showing you guys how you take a 2003 2004 ZX6R and equip it with some 19 through 21 fairings.